Hey guys, True Grit's got bulletproof saws and bluesaws.com. I got a couple, I don't even know if they're in the frame. I got a couple of a 260 and an 026 for a customer that I've been working on. You can't even see the other saw. Anyhow, let me get over into the frame so you guys can see me if you want to. I thought it'd be a good test. This is a super nice running 026. One of the older ones, and it came in. He was having a hard time starting it. Wasn't quite right. So went through it and actually did. I have to talk to the customer actually again, because what I did is I said, knowing the customer a little bit, he wants this thing to run. So instead of just, rebuilding the carb, tuning it up as is, I started putting some work into it. Now this is one of the 026s that had the, how would you say it, flat top carb, where you don't have the snorkel going into the air filter. It also had the one screw carb adjustments. You only have a low screw on the carb that was on this one. So what I did was I took another carb with two screws, put it on there, but then I had to swap out the air filter to one that accepts the snorkel. And then the only other thing I did was I put a modded muffler on it because I knew it needed to be opened up. It runs super nice now. It seems like from cold, it's starting in 2-3 pulls, which is what he wanted because he's 10. They were getting frustrated with the saw. Seems like it's restarting to me. Seems like it's running real good. It's a strong 026. This is a nice saw. I didn't look at it real hard, but the bottom's not too scraped up. It's in really good condition. I mean, he's got the sticker still on the front, sticker on the side. This is a nice little saw he has here. Oh, the other thing I had to swap out is I couldn't get the OEM rear cover to fit, even with somebody had done it before me, actually. They took the OEM cover and they like they took scissors and tried to cut the side piece off, trying to fit it over a different air filter. This air filter, because it's a little wider too than the non-snorkel air filter. So they started cutting it out, and I'm like, oh, maybe that'll work. So I took the Dremel and I buzzed out a little more, and I still couldn't get it to work. Maybe if I kept hogging material out on it, but I didn't want to do that. So I just swapped it to an aftermarket rear cover, and I don't know if that's what he wants. So I'm going to call him and ask him, because I could put it back to the stock one screw carb, take the exhaust back off. Not that big of a deal for me to do. I just know it didn't run nearly as nice, and I think he'd prefer a nice running saw than, not that it ran bad. I'm not saying it ran bad. It just didn't run as good. Anyhow, so what I wanted to do was I was going to take this 026 and I was going to run it against the farmertec 260, and I don't think the farmertec 260 has any hope in this race, because this is a super nice saw. This I like. I think I like this one better, but I'm going to run them both and get a little view to see. I don't know which to start with here, guys. I was just running that one. That one's cold, so let me warm up that one, and we'll run what I think is going to be the slower one first. Oh well. I think I saw my microphone over there, guys. I'll get better at it all eventually. I don't know. I think this little guy's running sweet, and I think it's. I'll tell you what. I'd swear that's spinning at least 1,000 RPMs more. The other funny thing about this was when I took off the stock muffler, it looked like it had been running so fat for a long time. There was just so much, you know, half burnt oil in there. It was like a lot of black sludge in this saw. He also dropped off another one that looks like it needs a piston and cylinder. He really wanted that one for parts, but that one had an aftermarket carb on it too. And instead of, it didn't make sense to take parts off of that for this one. But the funny thing was, it was an aftermarket carb, an 026 carb without the snorkel. Anyhow, I have these a bunch of different ways, with snorkels, without snorkels, different air filter setups, different tank vents on. I probably have 5 or 6 of these here right now at the moment, and I like them, and I want to keep playing with them. But what I'm telling you, and I don't know if the video is going to prove out on this, that's pulling a lot more RPMs. It's got to be 1,000 more RPMs is what it feels like to me. That's also a super smooth saw, so I'm going to play around with these farmertec ones and see if I can get out a little bit more of them, because for a small little saw, I'm loving that one. I'm liking that one, and there's a difference. It is what it is. I wish I could tell you, oh, the farmertec one's better. Today it is not. So I don't know. That was just a quick little goofy video that you probably can't hear me on because my microphone's sitting way over there. But I'm trying, guys. I've been coming out. I got chased in by the weather before because we had thunderstorms and pouring rain, and I mean drenching rain. You can see everything's all wet. I'm still not dried out from before. And I got a bunch of other saws to run. I got these 2.6s. I got a 361 to run that maybe I'll make a video of, a 660 that may, as long as I got the stuff out, I'll make a video. I didn't really plan on it, but maybe I will. I got this crappy log here. That's a whole nother story about my firewood pile. The whole outside of it was beautiful logs. As I start looking in, I got a bunch of pine logs. I think I got 3 or 4 pine logs in this load, which I'm not too thrilled about my load of hardwood. And then I got 2 poplar, which I realize is technically a hardwood, but let me tell you this. If poplar falls right over there 20 feet away in the woods, I'm not cutting it up for firewood because I'm not a poplar burner kind of guy. Anyhow, so I got some crappy firewood, and it's here, hokey setup. I got some shims under it trying to hold it up, and I know this isn't the best one. If I was running bigger saws, it would probably pull that log over on me, but with these 26s, I got away with it. Anyhow, guys, I'm not going to bore you anymore. True Grit Scott, bulletproof saws and bluesaws.com. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.